Hey everybody!
Hello!
So we are coming to you from North Carolina. We are staying in an Airbnb up here.
Yeah, a cute little cabin in the woods. We had planned to do a live stream today, but the Wi-Fi here is not as good as we had hoped it would be. So we're afraid if we did a live stream it would be really choppy and not good. So instead we're going to make a quick video update, try to keep it short so it uploads slowly, but
but just uploads
so
in
it
a
uploads.
somewhat reasonable time frame. Yeah, we're staying in an Airbnb up here. It's a cabin out in the woods. It's fantastic. We've been staying with my parents for a really long time, and we never intended to stay that long, but it's been deceiving because as we wait for the van, it's always been wait a little longer, just a little longer, just a little longer, and then suddenly you turn around and it's been almost like half a year. And so we've overstayed our welcome. They haven't said as much, and they never probably would, but we would be overstaying our welcome anywhere. So
we needed our space, and
Yeah.
we wanted to give them their space for a little while, so that's why we're at an Airbnb. I want to say too that if we had realized it would be half a year, we would have signed a 6-month lease somewhere, but again, it just kind of got longer and longer, and before we knew it, we had been there.
yeah, we thought it was going to be 2 months tops, maybe 3
3.
months, but now it's
It's been
now it's
5
just
or something.
undefined. So right now, the van is technically 19 days out. In 3 days, it should be on a truck headed to our local dealer, and once that happens, we'll have it and we'll be able to start the build process.
But we are anticipating the real possibility that the COVID-19 virus might even delay that further. So we're watching that tracker, hoping that in 3 or 4 days it does update to say in transit.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, we're kind of feeling out our options if that happens.
Yeah, we wanted to go and pick it up from the factory, but our dealer never gave us an answer on whether or not we could do that, which is frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
But now we don't really have a choice anymore. So we're waiting for it to get on a truck to head this way. So we're still looking at April 10th for it to be delivered. Hopefully that date remains the same. So far it hasn't been delayed because of the virus, to our knowledge. It's just been manufacturing delays, and just it just takes a long time. But we'll have to see. So fingers crossed. But we thought we'd talk a little bit about sort of how we're dealing with the virus and the self-quarantine situation and all that good stuff, because it is kind of it's a fascinating time. It's a really, obviously not the best circumstances, but it's a really interesting time to look around and see this global response to this virus. It's just crazy.
Yeah, like it's sad and it's scary, but
Yeah.
it's also like trying to look on the bright side. I feel like it's going to bring people together. Not physically together, but all across the world we're experiencing the same things right now. And fortunately, we have the internet where we can connect with each other and relay that information, and and hopefully not panic.
Yeah, let us know how you guys are dealing with it, where you are. Let us know where you are, what you're doing to kind of just the whole social distancing thing, and let us know. We're interested to see how things are changing where you are.
Mm-hmm. Where we are, we're noticing that like the shopping centers are looking pretty ghost townish. Just like I think everywhere else, we're out of toilet paper, hand sanitizer. There's some really greedy people buying up like the hand sanitizer and then trying to resell it for.
We don't know if that's happening around here.
It was in Tennessee, and we're in Alabama. Right now we're in North Carolina, but this area, I don't know where we are. But that's kind of what we're seeing. We're seeing some people take it seriously, and we're seeing some people blow it off. But
I think the responsible thing to do is to take it seriously, but not you don't have to freak out. You don't have to do anything totally crazy, but if you're able to stay home and be conscious of not spreading it yourself, even if you're healthy and it's not going to adversely affect you in the worst way, it still has the possibility of spreading it around.
Yeah, think about the grandparents in your life, and just try to wash your hands and keep your distance, and
what we're doing. So
that's what we're trying to do. The cool thing about an Airbnb is a lot of them you get the whole place to yourself, which is this situation. So instead of like running into a lot of people in a hotel or something, we're actually able to self-quarantine here even better than we were at your parents' house, you know, because it's just us and the dogs in this space, and we're not running into anybody. So.
You know, and I think we have kind of a unique, you know, position in the whole thing because we're, you know, typically we travel full time, but we're very, for the most part, stationary right now because we're waiting on the van to get here, and it's taken so long. So normally, you know, if we still had the bus or if we had the van by now, we would be out in the middle of the desert, or we would be up in the woods somewhere in the van as far away from people as we could be, but we can't do that right now. But we also don't have, you know, we haven't signed a lease anywhere. We don't have we don't have a house. We're sort of homeless right now.
But fortunate to have family that will let us stay with them.
Yeah.
So we're at this Airbnb, and we're thinking about doing a few more Airbnbs over the coming weeks to get some space and distance and stay sane, hopefully, while we wait on the van.
And I think it's a financial decision too, because if we were to sign a 6-month lease somewhere, and let's say the van were to get here, well, now if we build out the van and choose to go back on the road, we probably will have another 4 months of that lease that we'll have to find a sublease for, which won't happen, or would be very difficult, and it would just kind of be a pain. Whereas right now, we might be paying a higher monthly fee to be jumping around between Airbnbs, but
we
maintain the flexibility. And so, if the van gets here when we expect it to, then we can have it finished and be on the road for far less money than we would if we had signed a 6-month lease somewhere and have to totally rethink a few things. So that's kind of how we're looking at it. Again, we don't have a specific spot. We've been staying with family for several months, and now we're looking at, giving them space, giving ourselves some privacy, and trying to keep everybody healthy. Because right now, everybody in our family is hasn't been really affected by it, and we want to keep it that way. So anyway, that's just sort of our perspective on things. That's kind of how we're managing it right now, and we're loving this cabin. We absolutely love being here right now. This Airbnb has been a wonderful sort of reprieve from because we've been staying in a small room in my parents' place, and we're so grateful that they're letting us stay there. But it's not always easy staying with parents for months at a time. It just feels a little weird for me, at least. I'll speak for myself, but anyway, it's great to be here and to just spread out a little bit and relax and be in the woods, and it's beautiful, beautiful building.
Yeah, we're looking at the Blue Ridge Mountains right now and watching birds. There's a bird on the bird feeder right now. It's really been nice.
It's been great, and it's funny. It's kind of like how did you say it the other day? Like being out in a cabin in the woods sort of feels like we're writing something out. Which is kind of what we are.
Away from something.
Kind of what we're doing, but but not at the same time. It's not. I don't know. It's weird to sort of determine how I feel about this situation, because you want to take it seriously, and you want to do the things that are responsible, so that but at the same time you don't want to overreact and just go crazy, which I don't think we're doing.
We're watching history unfold. We're watching something very strange happen, and we're all experiencing it together, and we all probably feel weird about it.
Obviously it's not convenient for anyone, but it definitely hit us in a weird time while we're waiting on the van.
Yeah.
So we're kind of in limbo, but we're making the best of it, and I think we will continue to stay in Airbnbs until it gets here, hopefully, which again is April 10th.
Because, to pack up to come to this place for a week, we have everything we need with us. So we're thinking we could go straight from this one to another Airbnb, and maybe stay there a little longer, maybe make a 2-week stay or something like that. So.
We'll have to see. We'll let you know. We'll try to do. I don't know where we're gonna be next week, which is kind of fun. We're kind of traveling again, which feels great.
Yeah,
actually.
It feels like we're making the best of it.
We should have been doing this for a while.
Sooner, but it gets expensive, so
it does.
But
but again, less expensive than having signed a 6-month lease.
Totally.
So, and again, thanks to my parents for letting us stay with them, which has been helping us save money that way. So, anyway, all that to say, let us know what you guys are doing in the comments. Let us know how you're dealing with this, and we'll see you hopefully next week in a live chat or some other video. I think Tiffany has a video idea for you for next week, so look forward to that. Yeah.
Stay healthy.
Stay healthy.
Stay sane. Stay connected.
Yeah. Don't be strangers. Let us know what you got going on in the comments, and if at all possible, we'll do a live chat next week so we can kind of have that community a little bit while all this craziness is going on. But be well, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.